What's up, guys? This is Barrett Freeman with the PropertyTales podcast. Today I'm with Rocio Gonzalez. She's a realtor at Freeman Bros Realty. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
How do you feel today?
I'm exhausted.
I'm very tired.
I'm cold.
Tell me about your day.
I had what is a dream day in a realtor's life, a typical Saturday, where you try to be a wife, a mom, a realtor in a Saturday.
Yeah. So what was your typical day like today?
I should have been with my daughter cheerleading and my son basket game, but obviously I had a buyer coming from out of the state. He wanted to see some houses, and of course, it's not something that you have to prioritize your clients first. So I have to manage a schedule, rearrange my family needs, and I hope I can keep helping them to look for the house.
You didn't know them. How did you approach not like a stranger? How did you go about showing them the house first?
But it's a very good question, and I'm happy you asked that because nobody
Talks about it.
talks about it. Like when you work in real estate, you're exposed to work with strangers, and most of the people, 99% of the people, are nice and correct, but they are no 1%. They are not. They can have any kind of problems, mental problems or not mental problems. They are just not normal. So you have to be careful with your meeting with, especially if you don't know. I mean, they are from Tennessee. I don't know them before. So I give them an appointment in the office, and I ask you to come so I can check their ID, and we check where we're supposed to be. And you were with me because you are my broker, and apparently you're a man. You're stronger than me just a little bit. Not that much.
Well, I weigh you by literally 100 pounds. I've got that. Whether I'm strong or not, I can throw some weight at them.
But when we saw that this was two senior citizens, serious, they were looking for a house. They didn't want to waste anybody's time. But you always take a risk. Some clients can be, sick, mental sick, and you don't know with who you go to the road. So we have some instructions that we learn in our career, what to do and what not to do when you are with your clients. I'm not going to disclosure here, obviously, because the bad guys we know, but...
Well, today, one thing I always tell the agents is get a copy of the driver's license. That's always a good reason to get them into the office and to give them at least the look at them.
Exactly.
Is this a big, strong guy by himself? Even if he looks normal, you just need to let people know where you're going to be or have someone go with you.
Sometimes I have shared my location with my husband or with our sales manager, with Tonya, or with you. Just to let you know, I'm going to be in this house for the next hour. If in 10 minutes you call me, I don't answer, just come to pick me up. You don't know. You have to take risk. You expect the better, but prepare for the worst. Always.
I agree. So they did. I did meet you and them at the office. I was there for another reason too. Another agent needed some help with something, but I was happy to be there. And they came in a little early. You hadn't been there yet, so I got to meet them and I introduced myself for whoever that at. And I was like, oh, and then we need a copy of your driver's license and. They don't know what the process is. So
they don't have to. But I understand that some people can be, because they are also the danger from to their side, like, identity theft. What are you going to do with my driver license? I can understand that. I wouldn't give my driver license to somebody on the street. So it's a question that we have to find a balance to, you need to trust me and I need to trust you. So let's try to find a compromise is the word.
Yeah. I'm not in the sales world, so obviously I defer, to you and the way you want to do things. But I just wouldn't do business with somebody that wouldn't get with my program. Sorry, we need a driver's license for safety. I'm not comfortable. Okay, find another agent.
Yes.
Get with the program. And no one wants to do
position.
business. No one wants to do business with an arrogant jerk. That's true.
I didn't say that.
No, but that's true. And so I always try to make sure I'm filtering what I'm saying so that I'm not talking to the public like I would talk to someone like an investor, somebody that is in my world and is used to, a certain level of ego and self-importance that is necessary to be successful in our world because we're taking risks all the time. So you have to have a certain level of self-belief and self-confidence.
But one thing is self-confidence, and another thing is
arrogance, jerk.
I didn't want to use that word. I was looking for another word.
It's a tightrope. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
And I've heard myself saying things that I was like, I shouldn't have said that today. And so I was thinking, I was like, if I'm going to follow you around today with these sellers, at least don't sabotage you. So that's what I was thinking. I said a few things. I was like, I'm here for support. And I need to make sure that I'm not chasing them away because they just don't want to do business with a jerk. And because I was poking and prodding, I was like, why are you buying cash? I was like, one of you guys are going to get sick and then you're not going to have the money to do anything. She's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I was like, well, is it the interest rates? Like, I was trying to figure out like where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So what did you know about what the clients wanted before they came from out of state?
I knew a little bit, just enough to be sure that we are visiting properties that was according to their needs.
And what did they say? Do you remember?
Yes, they told me they wanted a price range from X to XY. XY is French, I'm sorry. XY. They didn't give me a lot of information, and you want to keep a balance between have enough information to help them and not be too intrusive. Because, for example, in this case scenario, I didn't know them personally yet. They came from Tennessee. So you want to be respectful or show them a little bit of, respect the private affairs before getting to a contract and a representation agreement with a client. So you don't want to ask for confidential information yet. You don't want to know that. You can't have that information yet. So I knew the price range. I know that you wanted 2-3 bedrooms and has to be around Corbin area, gray area, more or less that. Then today I have learned much more about their needs. I don't say that the basic, what you were saying, it was wrong. For example, let's explain to the public. Most of the time, it's good there is bad debt and good debt. Do we agree?
Yes.
We were talking. Make a loan, 10% interest to buy a car, depreciating asset. Is
not a good investment.
That's called bad debt. And there are good debt. That's debt to help you make you richer. Like mortgage, fixed rate, to buy a house, either to invest or to live, normally is a good debt.
Right.
Okay? So these clients, they want to buy cash for certain situation that we don't know the details. Sometimes can be interested to buy cash when you need a good closing, fast, and you have more power to negotiate it. When you buy cash, you can negotiate more because the sellers know that the closing is going to be very fast as well. So there is some good reason to buy cash, and we don't know if these buyers have more cash aside for the emergency funds. So we have to be careful what we advise and keep in our scope of expertise. Yeah.
I agree. So, because I don't want to sound like a jerk on the podcast either. But if the richest people aren't buying houses with cash, the people that aren't the richest people shouldn't be doing it either. No matter what the situation. It's just not a good practice for it. I've yet to hear a compelling reason to buy a house. I'm
going to give you one reason why somebody would prefer to buy cash than to buy a house with a mortgage, with a loan. When you're going to use the money and you're going to earn more money than, for example, today, 7% interest, are you going to use that cash, invest it, and earn more than 7% interest? Invest it, get a loan. Are you going to keep your money under your mattress or your savings account is going to give you 4%? Buy cash. It's going to cost you, you're going to earn more money buying cash than getting a loan. That's the reason to buy cash, because not everybody is going to invest that money. Option B is not invest. Option B is going to keep in your checking account at 0.3% interest or high yield savings accounts at 4% today, but not tomorrow.
That is a very compelling reason.
That's why.
And that's the first time that's the first compelling reason I've ever heard. So, because my attitude is buy the asset with debt, and when the rates go back down, refinance.
Yeah, but the refinance is not free, and you don't know the credit score for the person if he's going to get the credit situation for everybody. You don't know if this person has a job, a good job situation to be able to refinance. So it's not a guarantee.
I know. That's why you're better with sales in the public than me.
No, it's not that. It's not. There's not always a good answer A. There's a bunch of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and at the end, the client decide, and you have to give them all the option with the negative and the positive consequences for each.
Yeah, but to circle back, I was poking and prodding them, trying to figure out what the deal was. Why are you buying cash?
And it's good to ask why.
and because also to understand, obviously, how we can help them the best. But also, but that being said, I did need to make sure I wasn't sabotaging your sale.
I don't think you did.
No, I did. I didn't. But
you didn't. You are exaggerating just to have more views in your podcast, but you didn't sabotage my sale.
But I did need to make sure that I was being supportive and not a negative.
You have been supporting because I think we have visited a lot of houses. You have been helping with logistics, with the problem with the keys. We have been visiting houses in Corbin, in Gray. We had problems with keys in one house. We had to come back. So the time I was talking with the clients, you were talking to the agents, and you know a lot of substance in the house that sometimes I like experience in that specific area. So I think you were a good complement. And I was very happy that you were there for me and helping me with the clients. And the clients at the end, maybe I don't know if they think you were a jerk or arrogant, but I think at least we take them seriously and they are important enough for us to spend our Saturday with them,
Yeah, I thought that too. I was hoping they felt a little bit white glove service. They had two people there that were looking out for them, giving them information.
Yeah, I mean, I think we invest ourselves a lot, to answer all the questions, to asking the good question that they need. I hope we make them kind of a service, and I hope we will serve them to find the house they need.
Yeah, I hope so too. Mm-hmm. They were definitely not on the same page themselves.
No, that was a problem as well. Yes, that's a problem.
But that's not, you can't. That's outside of our helm.
It's always happened, and I'm sure it's happened yourself personally, and it's happened to me myself when a vendor, a salesperson asks you a question, and you're with your partner, and
you say the opposite answer.
No, just like no, I hate when my clients do that, but. You are doing this. Yeah, we talked this today. No, we didn't talk. I say yes. No, just say no. Like, yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, we'll come back after we've had a very serious conversation.
Yes. With divorce.
Yeah. But so we're at the end of a long Saturday of showing houses. How do you feel now?
I feel exhausted, but I love to be tired like that. Really. It's this be with a person, because this work is a business. And it's about houses, but at the end, it's about people and people's lives. And for this couple, senior citizen, they are in a very important moment of their life, with a very important decision to make, moving out the state in a very specific situation. And I love to be part of that and help them. And I love that. So we didn't find their house. I hope I will find the house they're looking for. And I'm exhausted, driving and talking and being focused. And
it's also emotionally draining because you're listening to them. You're trying to think, okay, well, what do they need, and can we give it
and looking
to them?
For solutions to help. Without. I mean, it's still keeping yourself in your role, but I love it. I loved hospitality management. And
that's your background.
It's my background, and it's the same. Selling hotels rooms or hotels conference rooms, but dealing with the people at the end of the day. And I'm loving real estate. So it has been a great day. I don't know if my dear husband would say the same when I arrive home tonight after this morning. But
is it hard for him when you're busy all Saturdays?
No, he understands that the Saturdays is a big day for me for work, and he's my number one support in all sense. So he wants me to succeed, and he knows that I enjoy, and that it's unfortunate that it's a weekend, but yeah, no, I was saying just joking actually.
Well, the promise is money too.
Yeah,
we're not just out there
just having fun.
Looking at houses. We're trying to make money. It's been hard. It's been a challenging last 12 months for everyone. Mm-hmm. Even the vendors have been complaining. The companies that do drone footage, the companies that edit pictures, all of them. I've talked to them, and they say that they've got their finger on the pulse of the industry. And they said everyone's had a rough 12 months. There's not anybody that's out there still, selling several houses a month. It's so I'm hoping that 2024 is going to be a big turnaround.
It is being already. I think it's being good.
Hopefully the market turns around. Our real estate company, we've made a lot of changes this year that I think are going to be positive.
And still more to do. I'm here to remind you all the time.
Constant things we got to do. And then hopefully we make a bunch of changes, and then when we go to our real estate convention in the fall, we'll learn a lot more things and then apply them. And hopefully next spring we'll look like a completely different company.
Not completely.
Well, same people, but as far as the way we do things.
Better. 2.0.
Exactly.
New version. The same but new version.
So, but it was a good Saturday. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So, all right. Well, that's been an episode of the PropertyTales podcast. I appreciate you joining me.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
All right. Hope you guys tune in next time. Thanks.